So this is it. After 13 events that would finish off most mere mortals, the WRC survivors have made it to the final rally, Britain. After the extremes of heat and cold in countries as diverse as Kenya and Sweden, it may seem an anticlimax. But the truth is very different. The Rally of Great Britain runs on private roads around Wales. The surface ranges from tarmac to gravel, and when the British weather turns bad, pure mud. And at the end of it, not just a rally winner, but a champion of the world.
Hello there and welcome back to some more WRC. Today we're continuing our Let's Play and this is episode 14. In today's episode it's time for the final round of the World Rally Championship 2001 as we take a look at the Network Q Rally of Great Britain. Yep, it's been exciting, it's been easy for us, so let's see if we can win one final rally and get the maximum 140 points. Okay, final rally for the stage. Let's see how well we do here.
3, 2, 1,
of course, it's not our native stage, but it is the native stage of our co-driver, Mr. Richard Burns, of course, born in Wales. I will say, I quite liked it how on the loading graphic for this, usually they have the very specific place where it's set, but it turns into Europe, British Isles, Great Britain. Even the game apparently does not like to mention the fact that this actually takes place in Wales. And why would they? Because Wales is an awful country. Slight bit of sarcasm there. Only slightly. Again, Englishmen. So, we're allowed to hate them. The big rivalry in the British Isles, of course, between the Welsh, the English and the Scottish. Although the Welsh... Okay, although I will say usually it's the Welsh and the Scottish versus the English. Yeah.
100, long, right 4.
Not so sure if it's independent or not. I mean, don't think Wales wants to go independent because they're not delusional. But I won't get into the whole political spectrum surrounding that. Instead, we'll admire how well they've done a good job of capturing the essence of England. It's very grey. Yeah, very grey, very drab. Not too much to write home about, but nevertheless, this is home. It actually seemed like a more narrow rally than what we used to. We're actually not doing very well here as well. We are 10 seconds down on Richard Burns, who's leading the rally. If we can get a Subaru 1-2 to cap this off, that would be kind of cool. I guess the Subarus will probably do. I mean, of course, this is where Burns would end up winning the championship in 2001. I didn't actually realise how sort of lucky he got, for lack of a better word, because he wasn't having a particularly good 2001 until sort of part way through the season, where he sort of won on consistency because Mackinnon and McRae kept having crashy issues. I was literally on the track, mate. Yeah, no, they kept having issues of crashing themselves out of rallies, and that's kind of how Burns won. I believe McRae, we all know what happened to him in 2001. He was literally 300 yards away from the finish when he decided to take a corner a little bit too fast with his when in doubt flat out and completely destroy the focus and his chances of winning the championship, which he realistically probably should have won. I believe Mackinnon retired out with a car issue. He didn't actually have a crash, I think it was a mechanical issue, and then all Burns had to do was finish, and that's what he did. So I think he actually had to finish within third, I want to say, or something like that. So, but even still, that wasn't too difficult for him. There was some decent title back in the WRC in this era, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's Burns and Mackinnon and us. So yeah, Sainz apparently not going to win this one. So it looks like Mackinnon's probably going to take second place in the championship. Unfortunately, Burns hasn't quite done enough in this season to make him any credible threat for the championship. I believe he's 20 points down on Sainz, or nearest makes no difference. Basically, he'd have to win 2 rallies to overtake him, which is obviously impossible, considering there's only 1 rally to go. Although I'm sure he's very happy for his Subaru rookie teammate, who's obviously doing very well. 13 seconds. Damn. Not a good run on that first stage. Although there was a lot of silly mistakes. We could hopefully claw that one back. Again, we've won regardless, so I'm not too fussed. But I would like to get a complete lockout of the championship, but we shall see. So, Burns, Sainz... Oh, Sainz got second. What the hell happened to... Oh wow, Mäkinen must have run into some big issue there. Maybe it is Sainz's championship to take. It's all very exciting. Okay, it seems like we've got some good old-fashioned British weather. Should do us pretty well here. Is that the same sign from last time? No, it's different. Apparently we have that's kind of cool. There's different signs at the start of each one of these rallies. Not Carlos, like actual physical signs at the start of each one. Yeah, this definitely seems like more traditional Rally Great Britain. Rally Great Britain in these games, especially the later ones, is actually a really difficult rally because it is so boggy. Is the best way to describe it. It's really hard to get speed up on this because it is so muddied and so undulated in terms of the terrain here. Oh, I said right. Co-driver definitely showing some issues. I'm kind of seeing why this game had a map now because the co-driver was a bit, excuse me, naff in this game. Hopefully in the next few games he's improved slightly. I believe he is actually. Although, actually no, I think obviously co-drivers in games can't be exactly right, especially in sort of more arcadey WRC games, because, you know, corner severity, for the most part you can travel flat out around a lot of corners, especially in this game, you know, instead of IRL where you'd probably actually slow down for some of these. Because usually when I hear the number of the corner, I usually take that as a inspiration of what gear to choose. And, I mean, I don't know, that's obviously not the entire intention of it, because I believe this numbering system's been around way longer than 6-speed gearboxes have. Well, that's usually my way of looking at it. Although, of course, not every corner is the same. There's all sorts of different corners going on in the WRC, so yeah, you can't always take what your co-driver... You can only take it as a relative thing. Or you can whack full trust in it and hope and pray, you know, your choice really. As to which one you want to do in that regard. Definitely thinking I'm going to turn the map off though in the next playthrough, because of course if you don't know, I am playing through this twice. Technically we're going to play through it on the higher difficulty, which you unlock after completing the game on normal. So that would be the current plan, so look forward to that, I guess. Unless you really don't like this game, in which case stop watching for 2 weeks. Although you're probably not watching now because you probably gathered within the first episode whether you wanted to watch this or not. Unless you're just here to dislike it, perhaps. Oh wow, we lost a lot of time on that final. I only fucked up once there as well. Maybe Burns will pip us at this final round. Maybe that's what the whole point of this final round is. It's to knock Solberg off his high horse. Still think we should be doing reasonably well though. Let's have a look. 18 seconds down on Burns, and then all the Peugeots apparently have moved up. Although Armin Schwarzen's in 7th. Mäkinen's moved up to 8th, but still not quite. Let's see how well this goes. Well, definitely more British weather. It is pouring down here in Wales, apparently. Yeah, this rally is pretty tough, huh? Even though Richard Burns is just a really good driver on this rally. It's a bit of a shame he wasn't really, you know, this good at any other point in the championship. I don't know. He's had 20 points, bless him. So, but even still, in terms of Subaru drive, I mean, actually, No, okay, he's 5th in the champ. He's better than Marco. Marco Martin just needs sacking because he seems like he's a bit useless for our Subaru master plan of domination. I mean, at least Arai's... I think Arai's got a point. Could be wrong on that. Also, sad to confirm it doesn't look like Citroen's going to be getting a point anytime soon in these rallies, so big F for my boys Citroen. Jesus, could never quite overcome it all, so
300, right 3.
bless him. Bless him. Could have maybe gone with longer gear ratios this rally. I've spoken before that I don't really like pissing about with the default setups on these cars because it seems like all I can do is make them slower. So I won't mess about with it, but definitely could do with some longer gear ratios, it has to be said. So far so good on this rally though. I need to try and... I mean, the problem is the AI is unpredictable. Burns is doing well now, but Burns could easily have a Mackinnon where he just gets swallowed up and loses a minute somehow in one of these rallies. So never know, he could do a reenactment of McRae and fail to finish. I don't actually. It's impossible to DNF in this game. Don't know if it was possible for the AI to do in the later game. Well, I think it was in Rally Evolved, obviously, because Rally Evolved has like car crashes and stuff. I don't know if it was possible to DNF in these games. Now 7 seconds up on Burns. Schwartz is up into 4th though. To be honest with you, the Skoda at this rally should be going pretty well. Even if it is a bigger car. I'd figure this rally might even benefit sort of the Peugeots and the Fords a bit more because they're the smaller cars, but it is pretty grueling, so maybe it does actually benefit the Skoda with its superior size and traction, especially in these wetter rounds. No one's benefiting Citroen though. Big F for my boys Citroen. Lost some time in that sector. So hopefully we can maintain a decent lead coming through here. Though that golf track really hasn't helped us. Come on. Gotta beat Burnsy. Don't get me wrong, if Burnsy wants to, you know, this was his championship year after all. I'm kind of surprised he wasn't the dominant AI to begin with, but I want my 140 points. Come on. Where are we at? 2 seconds. Yeah. Mackinnon's up in 3rd though. Lost too much time on those final 2 sectors. That wasn't so good. Alright. I think there's 2 stages to go. And we've got 17 seconds I think it is now. Should have moved into 2nd now though at least. Wait, what? Oh yeah, right. I'm about to say. 16 seconds, Sainz moves into 3rd. He's now 15 seconds down on us. Schwartz is in 5th, Mackinnon into 6th. Alright, stage number 4. Ooh, we have a definite night stage here. This looks like a 90 night stage than any other night stage I've seen in this game so far. Jesus. I actually can't see a fucking thing. Alright, this should be fun. This is preparation for WRC 2 night stages as well, actually, because that game has ridiculous night stages. Legitimately can't see anything. I'm tempted to turn up the brightness on my television.
100 over jump.
I won't do it just yet. We'll see how far we're down on this split time. If it's really bad, then I might have to resort to some good old-fashioned PlayStation 2 style cheating. Although I've had to do it on Dirt Rally as well, with some of the night stages in that game. The issue is the way to drive the cars in this game is to properly throw them into corners, and obviously lights aren't quite working if you're sideways because you can't really see them. I guess I can do bonnet camera, but again, field of view kind of throws me off a little bit.
150, left 2.
Should be a lot easier in the next few. They actually have a camera adjustment in the next few games, which is really nice.
Very long, right 3.
Camera adjustment in it seems to be a thing in like these WRC games a fair bit. They want to make you very comfortable with your camera and stuff. I'm surprised it's not in more racing games, to be honest with you. Right, I am gonna have to sort something out here. Hold on. Okay, hopefully that's fixed our issue in terms of visibility. It hasn't really, but from your perspective, I shall now be a driving god, and you'll be like, how can he drive so well at night? And obviously, I hope you hadn't listened to anything I've just said about having to turn brightnesses up. So,
100 caution over jump.
yeah, this is a proper night stage. This one.
100 caution over crest.
Thing is, as well, the AI is usually quite slow on night stages and stuff, but Burns seems to be pretty quick here. Ah, I've lost the drivetrain. I'm not going to throw in the towel just yet, but what I am going to say is there is a high chance here that Richard Burns is probably going to pip us at the line. And I don't mind being beaten by another Subaru, of course, you know. I'm much more focused on the constructors' points, and we've certainly got the championship wrapped up at this point, but yeah, even still. Burns is just absolutely cremating this rally though. Fair play to him, this is more sort of Burns territory. Rally Great Britain is definitely one more of where it helps to be a precision driver over a overzealous driver.
150, very long, left 3, tightens.
Come on. There's just no power in this car whatsoever anymore.
And right 4.
Don't want to hit that tree.
100, caution, over jump.
It feels really slow, but again in this game you're sort of never quite aware of how good your pace really is. Yeah, pace is slow. Unless we can either pull out the corking final split, or again he runs into issues on the final stage. I think Burns might actually be the first driver in this game to have finally beaten us over the course of a rally weekend. Again though, not giving up. This feels quick. Feels quick though, is it quick? No. Alright, still 10 seconds down on good old Burns. Maybe I should have turned the contrast and all the rest of it up as well. Anyways. We're still ahead of everything else. We're just 27 seconds down on Burns. Alright, final stage, 6:30 AM start time. Hopefully this is not in the dark, and hopefully we can have a good old final stage of the final rally of this game. Oh, it's another night stage. Brilliant. There's actually more light in this one than the previous one though, so we can deal with it a little bit better. Alright, final stage of this game. Let's go ahead and do it. Do I want to give my closing... No, I'll give me closing thoughts on this game once we've played through it on professional. It's kind of... That ain't it, Chief. That ain't it.
Right 4 into left 4 and
Hopefully we didn't lose too much time in that one.
caution over jump.
Yeah, it's got a bit of early 3D racer
over crest
collision detection
right 2
going on here.
into left 2
In 11th.
crest into long
Come on,
right
Burns, have an
3
accident.
into left
Not like a big
3,
one, obviously.
50
Got to be killed of the dead, but you know, have something. But yeah, no, I don't think it's worth talking about this too much just yet. What I will say is this is definitely, if you want any form of challenge out of this game, it's definitely professional difficulty you have to get to, because normal seems really easy in this game. Again, not a trait that would be carried on by the later WRC games. It seems they took that on board quite heavily. Okay, how long have I got on signs? Like a minute, I think. I mean, even still, that was a pretty major fuck up, and we're still not that far down time-wise. I don't think we would have picked Burns though, by the looks of it. Again, unless he has some form of colossal wipeout, I think Burns is probably going to win this rally, which again, fine. Team Subaru will probably be quite happy with it. If this was real life, Team Subaru by now would have probably told me to calm down and tell Burns my secret. So he can actually go ahead and win some rallies. Yeah, Burns looks like he's well and truly set up. So our final stage of the rally will be ruined by an accident, which I guess is kind of poetic, considering this game has been a lot of us basically having giant accidents and somehow getting away with it and winning the stage or rally or whatever. So on this final one we will finally run out of luck and lose it to a rather dodgy tree. Again, poeticism. Log.
And long right 3, 50 right 4.
Okay, definitely on track game. Yeah, Rally GB is a difficult old stage, it has to be said. But yeah, final split, final rally, final stage. It's not going to be a win at Rally GB, but it is definitely going to be a win overall in the championship.
50, very long, right 3. And finish.
And across the line. Yep, Burns. It was basically Burns' rally this entire time. He absolutely decimated this rally. Again, deserving winner overall, but either way, second place. Congratulations, you came first. You have unlocked professional difficulty setting. Hell yeah, boys. Alright. So let us go ahead and take a look at how all of this broke down. Stage number 5, we came 5th. And overall, yeah, we lose out to Richard Burns by 48 seconds, but Carlos Sainz loses out by an extra minute over that. Then Didier moves from 7th to 4th. Gronholm in 5th. Schwartz apparently just lost out a little bit in that one of those final stages, so bless him. Anyways, the final drivers' standings for this game. Petter Solberg wins the 2001 WRC Championship with a record-breaking 13 rally wins in a season. Yeah, Carlos Sainz gets second with 49 points, beating out Tommy Mäkinen, who was on 44 points. Richard Burns 10 points at the end, but not enough to escape or to beat Mäkinen. But he does move from 5th to 4th, beating out Colin McRae, who is up on by 5 points. Followed by Didier, who ends up in 6th. Marcus Gronholm goes up to 7th. Freddie Loix drops down to 8th. Ericsson gets a respectable 9th in the Hyundai. 10th for Francis Delacour, 11th for Giles Benizzi, 12th for Armand Schwartz, who probably should have won some more points last time round, but that would have only really put him up to 11th. Harry Rovenpauer in 13th, Toshio Arai in 14th, although he did do reasonably well. Thomas Radstorm with 2 points, I believe those were the only points scored for Citroen in 15th, and then just a bunch of people that scored 0 points, including Alistair McRae and Jesus, and Marco Martin, the worst driver in all of WRC history apparently. So the final manufacturer standing, Subaru wins out with 176 points, which is 89 points ahead of Ford. Yeah, Mitsubishi gets 3rd, Peugeot gets 4th, Hyundai gets 5th, Skoda scores an extra point to go in 6th, and Citroen scores no points. So there we go, WRC 2001 season result, 1st place Pat Solberg, and 1st place for the Subaru. Congratulations, winners, and I believe we will get some credits. Cool. Credits we'll watch when we beat the game the second time round, because that is exactly what's going to happen, because if I skip through that, we now have the option of professional difficulty, so next time out we'll be moving into the professional game. What car will we pick, and how will we do when the competition steps up? Find out that and more next time round. Thank you all very much for watching. Until next time, farewell.
You know the fear, the sorrow that my heart holds in knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going. I'll only you bear. Got up in a wall that you are not part of. Eyes on the slit of your father.